if there's a gun to your head, when are we gonna see the Shakur Tanks, the Shakur Devin, the Devin Tanks?
There's only one fight that is really
the one.
That, like, if we were like gonna be for real about it, like,
keep it on.
What's
like,
the fight?
My opinion, because we talking about like skill and like boxing, like all around boxing, right?
Yeah.
Because we ain't talking about somebody that just got a good jab or what.
Yeah.
We talking about like all around.
Can do everything.
Yeah, boxing.
Yeah.
Me and Tank the biggest fight.
That's the one.
It's the biggest fight in the world.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be the biggest boxing fight in the world when it happens.
Y'all, what you think? Like 147, 140?
Nah, hell no.
135?
35, 40, I don't know. I could see it happening not too far in the future.
Really?
Yeah. I think Tank will sign that contract.
Damn.
And I'm going to sign a contract too, so it's
like you gonna get it on.
Boxing fans, get ready because the lightweight division is about to explode on November 15th, when Gervonta Tank Davis finally steps into the ring with Shakur Stevenson after years of rumors, online drama, and non-stop debate. And thanks to Turki Al-Sheikh, the man behind many of boxing's biggest Saudi Arabia events, this long-awaited matchup is now a reality. For Tank Davis, this fight could shape how his entire career is remembered, while for Shakur Stevenson, it's the opportunity he's been chasing to prove he's the top fighter of his generation, with even Floyd Mayweather playing a role in the build-up, making this more than just another major bout as it becomes a true clash of styles between Davis's frightening one-punch knockout power that can end a fight in seconds and Stevenson's elite boxing IQ, sharp defense, and slick movement that allows him to avoid damage while making opponents pay for every mistake.
I'm gonna keep it like real. I'm gonna keep it 100. A lot of people feel that Tank is just a power puncher. I don't think that. I think that he's a very skillful fighter. I think that the power just along with the skills, he's so strong. He clip people that people forget that he's that skillful, but I think that he's very skillful. I think that he's going to pummel Frank Martin, and he's going to think that he put on a crazy example, and he's going to feel real tough. Frank Martin, not me. That's all I really got to say about it.
This fight perfectly represents the timeless battle of raw power against clean precision, but Shakur Stevenson is far more than just a defensive specialist, as he brings speed, sharp timing, and an unpredictable style. And after calling out Gervonta Tank Davis for years and openly saying he's not scared of the knockout threat while claiming he's the best in the division, Shakur now has the stage to back up every word. Though the challenge is massive because Tank Davis is not an ordinary opponent, he's a ruthless finisher with a dangerous mindset, and he's stepping into this fight fully focused on ending it in brutal fashion.
6, 7 more fights and I'm naming names. One of the guys, obviously, you and Shakur got into it on Twitter. You was like, you wanted them 6 or 7.
Yeah, he's definitely one of them.
For sure?
Yeah, he's definitely one of them.
Do you think that's going to be your hardest fight?
Hell no.
Nah?
Wow.
Because he a good boxer, nigga. Like, that's when I look at y'all two as the best in the division.
How? Show me something that he did spectacular. Show me something that he did outrageous. Show me.
Right.
His power not outrageous.
Okay.
What defense?
You don't think he got defense?
He just jumped back. You never see him slip no punch. You never see him slip no punch. Go look at it. You see him back up from a lot of people. Back up, move around. He don't got no technique. And his offense is the same thing. Go look at his fights.
So you
I
feel
probably
like
put him on game.
But you feel like it's easy work though. You like.
Come on, bro.
However, there's one weakness some experts point out in Shakur Stevenson's style, and that's his caution when it comes to taking punches. And that concern becomes even bigger in a fight like this because everyone knows the hardest puncher in the sport right now is Gervonta Tank Davis.
You know, Shakur is a very talented, skillful, technique fighter.
Yeah.
You know, can't take anything away from it. However, scared to get hit. Scared to get knocked out in front of the world. Scared to get touched up in front of the world. And
are you saying that off of the last fight or just
in general?
In general.
In general.
Yeah.
In general. Me and Shakur sparred before. We did 3 rounds, and it was just light work. And me trying to figure out his jab. Because he have a good jab? Yeah, he does. But once you pass his jab, it's game.
Yeah.
It's food. It's lunch food. I am the best. I don't see no contract that says Shakur's name on there.
Yeah.
So until then, I'm going to say and talk my stuff.
Yeah.
And if you want to come that way, then come that way. I mean, you have investors that are with you, and that's great, but they understand that they cannot have you come this way. Because I am too much of a gamble for anybody.
This matchup has been building for years because Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson have never seen eye to eye, trading verbal jabs across social media, in interviews, and in public moments, turning their tension into real bad blood that has been waiting for the ring to finally settle it.
Who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing.
The young
one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
The Keyshawn. Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who
I
might
keep
be
saying his
afraid?
name for.
So what do you say to those who might be saying that, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of something, it gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only win in basketball and football. That shit in boxing.
For these two, this fight goes far beyond boxing because it's about proving who truly rules the lightweight division, with Shakur believing Tank is overrated and Tank firing back by calling Shakur boring, and now the ring will decide who's right. But what adds another layer to this story is Floyd Mayweather, who is surprisingly backing Shakur, since for years Floyd was Tank's biggest supporter, guiding him, promoting him, and helping turn him into a star, until their relationship slowly broke down as Tank chose to step out on his own and no longer live under Floyd's shadow.
Like, I gotta do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I feel like y'all got, I would say love and hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Like when Floyd was 29. You'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of the
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing it.
Exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Tank, no cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
And now things have taken a shocking turn because Floyd Mayweather is actually working with Shakur Stevenson, meaning the very man who helped shape Gervonta Tank Davis into a star is now guiding the fighter who stands as his biggest threat. Floyd Mayweather has even openly said that Shakur Stevenson is the best fighter in the division, and let's be real, that statement feels like a clear shot at Tank, whose relationship with Floyd has been unstable for years. But this move takes the tension to a completely different level and makes everything deeply personal, because now the fight is no longer just about skill or rankings but about sending a message. With Tank determined to prove he never needed Floyd's guidance to succeed though. Before he can face Shakur, he must first get past Lamont Roach, a dangerous challenge standing in his way.
Back have to get the shot. Everyone stay down. Thank you.
Right up to the same side, right there, right there. Face to face. Like that. Thank you guys. Don't get active.
Let's be real, this isn't the fight fans or experts were hoping for, since Tank and Lamont Roach have faced off several times in the amateurs with Tank winning every match, leaving little excitement for this bout because most expect the same outcome, Tank coming out on top.
The fact that Lamont Roach is as familiar with Tank Davis as he is, it goes beyond them fighting in the amateurs. They've spent time in camp together. He's been around Tank. He's seen Tank up close and personal, whether he's in the ring with them or not. That matters. When you know a guy's rhythm, when you know their speed, when you know what they're thinking, that changes everything, Saying all this to say that because I know we got a lot of people. It don't matter. When he get hit, he going to sleep. Just wait for it. This might be a fight until he gets hit. And again, he's tasted that before. So if he gets hit and he doesn't go away, we got a fight on our hands, I think it's a good fight. I think that there's better fights for Tank Davis, but this is
the real fight everyone's excited about is Tank versus Shakur, which makes you wonder why Tank is even delaying things, especially since he plans to retire after 2025.
25 is at the next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight. You're out of it?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate on that?
Out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
He only has a few fights left, So shouldn't he be going after the biggest names like Keyshawn Davis, Devin Haney, or Shakur Stevenson? Instead, he's picking matches that don't really matter in the bigger picture.
No Lamont Roach, but, you know, when you look at Shakur Stevenson, when you're looking at, you know, these other fighters that he should really be fighting, you know, he don't want to do them fights. He wants to retire.
Yeah.
So don't come and, but don't come and come at me and go, oh yeah, let's give it all, you know, very big bollocks and go, oh yeah, let's give him some stick and then make out like we want the fight. And then we send an offer over and then you fight for 15 million and yet you fight Lamont Roach. Don't do all that. Do you know what I mean?
It was a real offer. That was true then.
It was a real offer. We offered, I said, listen, you keep talking shit. My promoter's going to get back to you in 48 hours. 50 minutes. Initial offer sent over. You know, but was it Unquail didn't let him out to play? His boss didn't let him out. That's it. So he wants to talk about, 50 million. First offer. First offer.
There was room to negotiate.
Of course there was. But he's an idiot. I don't even know if he knows what negotiating means.
But now, with this leaked fight date, it seems like he's finally heading in the right direction. One thing is clear. Tank is evolving, making big changes in his training, with a new team and Derek James stepping in as his head coach. Man, physically Tank looks incredible stronger, leaner, and more focused than ever. But there's a problem. With Calvin Ford gone, no one is keeping him in check, and he's even been spotted smoking during camp.
It's been to the streets. I know you ain't focused. Better tighten up.
That's why I got everybody out of there. That's why I got everybody out of there. Can they see my page again?
Better tighten up.
That's something Calvin Ford would never have allowed. Tank is still training hard, but is he truly locked in? If he faces Shakur Stevenson without being completely focused, it could be a very tough night for him.
Why do you think people say that Shakur Stevenson then is the next big thing in the sport?
For one, I really think the fans don't really see nobody beating Shakur. When people bring up him and Tank, when I see and I go read like little stuff about it, they really be debating. It don't be like, oh, Tank is gonna destroy this guy and everybody is saying it. No, that shit be like real debates. Like, no, this Shakur, this, that. And then not only that, now you see Shakur moving up in weight. He's filling out. He's dropping this dude. He went crazy that last fight. That last fight was like kind of crazy. You go back and watch. That was crazy, you know. So now I think people is getting another insight on Shakur. Like, nah, this kid, he been kicking ass for a long ass time now. This kid probably really is the real deal. You feel what I'm saying? He getting his just due. At this point, I really think it's just about giving him that one example. That one real name, that one person that can go 100 miles per hour with him from round 1 to round 12. A new generation, new champion.
For Shakur Stevenson, this fight is huge, and he has the skills and talent to pull off a major upset against Tank.
The thing that surprised me about Shakur, he's strong. I think if anything, I mean, we're all strong, but and you guys might not like this, but I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. The thing we know about Terrence Crawford, when he gets in the ring, he's so strong here, there's nothing you can convince him that he can't do. And I felt like I was getting that same sort of mentality from Shakur. I'm wrestling with Shakur. I'm locking down Shakur. And Shakur, I would think if I was Shakur, I would have been slipping out of it and getting back on my speed. He's trying to go toe to toe with me and outmaneuver me and pick me up and things like that. I'm like, okay, this kid got some strength, but more than the physical strength is the mental strength.
If he beats Tank, he proves he's the top lightweight in the world. If he loses, his reputation will take a serious hit.
The fight has got to happen. There's no way the fight don't happen. The best of the best versus the best, and I can't wait for it.
What would happen between you and Gervonta?
I'm going to win, for sure, 100%. I think that a lot of people going to bet the other way, and a lot of people going to lose money, but the people who bet this way going to win money.
For Tank, this fight is all about his legacy. He's always been known as a knockout artist with insane power, but now he has to show he's more than just that.
Tank Davis, bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. You know, back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer, George was a puncher, Ernest Shavers was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in.
Yeah, he fights to the level of his competition. He was doing that a lot.
And he gotta be careful of that.
2 fights ago, he was really doing that.
You feel me? So you gotta be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them, it can get you beat. So that's the only thing I think you gotta be careful of. Other than that, Tank is a really good.
Can he take down a pure boxer like Shakur? Can he figure out a fighter who hardly ever gets hit?
Fuck no. I ain't never been knocked down a day in my life. I ain't never really been like hurt in no fight. Like far as, cause people took when I said this wrong. Like I got hit with a body shot before that I felt. They could like if you want to call that hurt. But I'm talking about like somebody hit you in the chin with like people say you chinny and all that kind of stuff. You ain't got no chin. I never like felt nothing. No chin shot where I was buzzed or hurt or nothing like that in no fight that I had. So, in sparring, fight, anything. So, nah.
This fight isn't just about winning, it's about proving to the world who the real king is.
Fuck no. I ain't never been knocked down a day in my life. I ain't never really been like hurt in no fight. Like far as, cause people took when I said this wrong. Like I got hit with a body shot before that I felt. They could like if you want to call that hurt. But I'm talking about like somebody hit you in the chin with like people say you chinny and all that kind of stuff. You ain't got no chin. I never like felt nothing, no chin shot where I was buzzed or hurt or nothing like that in no fight that I had. So, in sparring, fight, anything. So, nah.
Gervonta Davis is running out of time. He's already said he'll retire after 2025, which means he only has a few fights left. So every match needs to count.
That's why I don't want to box no more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me, West, so I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even getting angry, you know what I mean? Because I have 2 girls, 2 daughters. I'm wanting to be much softer, you know what I mean? Be more humble and things like that.
This is his biggest fight yet, November 15th. Tank versus Shakur Stevenson.
Shakur might have better defense. At the end of the day, I still think we haven't seen the best Tank Davis. That's what people always power. We still haven't seen the best Tank Davis. And Shakur, for the most part, he comes forward. Tank Davis, all he takes is one shot. He's a very patient fighter. He doesn't throw a lot of shots, but every shot he throws, he makes them count.
That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. Share your thoughts in the comments, stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.